Samantha Stephens, a woman whose spirit and love for the great outdoors have left an indelible mark. Known to her friends as Sam, she's a figure of strength and inspiration. In her teenage years, Sam faced a challenge that would test anyone's resolve: alopecia, an autoimmune condition that resulted in the loss of all her hair. But Sam, with her unbreakable spirit, embraced her baldness with pride, becoming a beacon of confidence and charm among her peers. Sam's passion for nature was kindled during her studies at the State University of New York, where she pursued a master's in technical theater design and technology. Post-graduation, she moved to Seattle, a city known for its stunning natural landscapes. It was here that Sam's life took a romantic turn when she met Kevin Dares, a single father of 3, through Tinder. Their shared love for the wilderness saw them exploring Seattle's majestic peaks and mountains, creating memories in the lap of nature. However, in August of 2018, a solo hike on a familiar trail turned into a profound mystery. Sam set out to conquer the Vesper Peak Trail in the North Cascades National Park, a challenging route not meant for the faint-hearted. She planned a day-long hike, assuring Kevin she'd be back by dusk. But as night fell, Sam didn't return, setting off a chain of events that would lead to one of the most baffling missing person cases in recent American history. Despite an extensive search involving volunteers, law enforcement, and even infrared-equipped helicopters, no trace of Sam was found. The only clues to her presence in the park were her car in the parking lot and her signature on a trail log. The search lasted 22 days and ended with more questions than answers. Theories about Sam's disappearance abound, from a tragic accident in the treacherous park to more sinister possibilities, possibly involving foul play. Her mother, Lisa, suspects that there is more to the story than meets the eye. Sam, described as a white female with a distinctive bald head, green eyes, and stars on a vine tattoo across her head, was last seen in a green sports bra and gray hiking pants. This story isn't just a tale of a missing person. It's a narrative about a woman whose love for nature and indomitable spirit continue to inspire. If you have any information about Samantha Claire Sayers, please reach out to Detective Kendra Connolly of the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office. Let's keep the spirit of adventure and hope alive as we seek answers in this mysterious case. Vernon Cody Matthews, at 23 years old, was not just an anthropology student at the University of California, Berkeley. He was a young man with a profound passion for the past. Known affectionately as Cody, his fascination with dinosaurs and archaeology often led him to participate in digs, earning him the playful nickname Indiana Jones from his parents. His love for anthropology, archaeology, and geology was deep-rooted, and he was equally skilled in survival techniques, making him an experienced outdoorsman in his early 20s. This background makes the circumstances of his disappearance in the wilderness deeply perplexing, leaving his family and friends in a state of ongoing bewilderment. In early June of 2014, Cody embarked on a journey from his university dorm to Pollock Pines, California, situated near the majestic Sierra Nevada mountains. The Matthews family owned a cabin in this serene location, and Cody's parents, Vern and Cindy, planned to join him a few days later. This arrangement was perfect for Cody, who relished the opportunity to connect with nature, living off the land and exploring the dense forests surrounding the cabin. However, on June 6th, Cindy received a phone call from Cody that would mark the beginning of a mysterious and unsettling series of events. Instead of sharing exciting tales of his time at the cabin, Cody relayed the alarming news that the cabin had been ransacked. The thieves had made off with jewelry, cameras, and tools amounting to a loss of between $13,000 and $18,000. Vern and Cindy were understandably shaken by this news and quickly made plans to head to the cabin the following day. Before ending the call, Cindy and Cody discussed his plans for the afternoon, during which Cody mentioned he was going for a hike. Little did they know, this conversation would be their last. Upon arriving at the cabin, Vern and Cindy were met with a series of bizarre clues. A heavy saw, requiring at least 2 people to move, was inexplicably placed in the driveway. A kettle was left on the stove, and an unfinished plate of eggs sat in the kitchen. Their calls for Cody echoed unanswered, and a wave of panic set in. They scoured every inch of the cabin, only to find that the security and animal cameras installed for protection had been completely destroyed, and there was evidence of forced entry through the cabin's side door. With no sign of Cody, and after countless failed attempts to reach him on his cell phone, his parents contacted the El Dorado County Sheriff's Department. The authorities, along with Cody's parents, deduced that he had left for his hike with just a few essentials: a bottle of water, a hunting blade, a compass, his phone, and a bag of trail mix. The last signal from his phone was traced to 6:30 p.m. on June 6th near the South Fork of the American River. The newspaper reported that the ping showed Cody moving towards the house before ending in the water. An extensive search operation was launched, involving volunteers, law enforcement officials, dog teams, divers, and helicopters. They meticulously combed the Pollock Pines area and the banks of the American River, but no trace of Cody was ever found. After 8 days of relentless searching, the operation was called off, leaving more questions than answers. The Matthews family, haunted by the possibility of foul play, speculated that the cabin burglary might be connected to Cody's disappearance. However, investigators have not established a definitive link between the 2 incidents. The family's grief was compounded in September of 2014 when a wildfire, later determined to be arson, ravaged Pollock Pines and destroyed the Matthews family cabin. The connection between this act of arson and Cody's disappearance remains speculative, adding another layer of mystery to the already baffling case. Years have passed since Cody's disappearance, but Vern and Cindy Matthews continue to honor their son's memory and hold onto hope for answers. Vernon Cody Matthews is described as a white male with blonde hair, blue eyes, and a full reddish-colored beard, standing 6'3" tall and weighing 220 pounds. He was last seen wearing shorts, no t-shirt, and barefoot-style shoes. Anyone with information that could shed light on this enduring mystery is urged to come forward. Cody's story is not just a missing persons case. It's a narrative that resonates with all who cherish the wilderness and the mysteries that it holds. In the tranquil town of Appleton, Wisconsin, the disappearance of 22-year-old Nicholas Hibd has left both his family and investigators grappling with unanswered questions. Nicholas, a young man with a profound connection to the wilderness, often spent his weekends hiking and exploring the natural world with his faithful companion, a white German shepherd named Samantha. So when Nicholas vanished without a trace from his home in Appleton, the community was left in a state of shock and disbelief. The last confirmed sighting of Nicholas and Samantha was on April 1st, 2019, at his residence. The details surrounding his disappearance, including his last known activities or the circumstances leading up to his vanishing, remained shrouded in mystery. Alarm bells rang when Nicholas failed to show up for work and lost contact with his family, prompting them to report him missing. Despite the gravity of his disappearance, the incident received surprisingly sparse news coverage, leaving many questions unanswered and the community in a state of unease. In response, Nicholas's family, friends, and the Appleton Police Department launched a search. The streets of Appleton were covered with missing person poster flyers, and the Appleton Police Department made a public appeal for any information that could lead to Nicholas. For 18 days, Nicholas's family endured an agonizing wait for news. Then, on April 18, 2019, the Appleton Police Department encountered their first and only significant lead. Nicholas's 2012 black Ford Fusion was found abandoned in a remote area near Highway 64 and Shadow Lake Road, across from the dense, sprawling national forest. This area, known for its thick brush and dense vegetation, seemed an unlikely place for Nicholas to have traveled without a specific purpose. Adding to the mystery, there was no sign of Nicholas or Samantha near the car. Intriguingly, Samantha's collar appeared to have been deliberately removed, suggesting a possible struggle or an intentional act. About a mile from where the vehicle was found, investigators discovered a tarp and some gear. This discovery led to a massive search operation involving scent dogs, drones, and search and rescue personnel, but all efforts to find Nicholas or any further clues proved fruitless. By 2020, the Appleton Police Department had informed the local newspaper that the case had gone cold, with no new leads or developments. The mystery of Nicholas's disappearance remains unsolved, leaving a void in the hearts of those who knew him. Nicholas is described as a white male with brown hair and eyes, standing between 5'10" and 6 feet tall, weighing between 170 and 190 pounds. He has a distinctive tattoo of two squiggly uppercase Y's on his left wrist and was last seen wearing a black Gucci sweatshirt, blue American Eagle jeans, and brown or mustard color steel-toed work boots. The story is not just about a missing person. It's a narrative that resonates with all who cherish the wilderness and the mysteries that it holds. Anyone with information that could shed light on this enduring mystery is urged to contact investigator Chad Riddle of the Appleton Police Department. Nicholas's story continues to be a reminder of the unpredictable nature of life and the enduring hope for answers. It's a tale that speaks to the heart of every adventurer, every nature lover, and everyone who believes in the power of community in the face of the unknown. Michael Fiser, a 51-year-old from Southern California, epitomized the spirit of an off-the-grid adventurer. Adopted into the Fiser family along with his sister, Michael quickly embraced a life that intertwined with the great outdoors. His family fondly recalled his exceptional memory, particularly for hiking trails and paths, a skill that makes the circumstances of his disappearance in 2005 all the more baffling and heart-wrenching. On June 15th of 2005, Michael embarked on what was supposed to be a routine solo hike in Yosemite National Park, entering through the Hetch Hetchy Reservoir. His initial plan was to hike through a series of scenic points, including Rancheria Falls, Tiltil Mountain, Lake Vernon, and Beehive, before completing the loop back to the reservoir. However, in a last-minute decision that would later puzzle everyone, Michael chose to trek along the Pacific Crest Trail towards Tiltil Mountain instead. Fellow hikers on the Pacific Crest Trail reported spotting Michael on his way to Tiltil Mountain. These sightings would later be marked as the last confirmed instances of anyone seeing or hearing from him. The alarm was raised on June 19th, when Michael had still not returned from what was intended to be a short hike. His family, familiar with his tendency to overestimate his hiking distances, initially hoped that there was a simple explanation for his absence. They recalled a previous incident in Yellowstone National Park where Michael had severely injured his ankle and had to painstakingly crawl out of the trail until he was rescued. As concern mounted by June 21, 2005, Michael's family reached out to the Yosemite National Park Rangers to report him missing. This triggered a comprehensive search operation. Teams of search and rescue workers, along with volunteers, meticulously scoured the Pacific Crest Trail and the surrounding areas of the park. Near Tiltil Mountain, a particularly rugged and remote part of the park, searchers discovered Michael's backpack. The backpack contained a topographical map, a water bottle, and a camera, but there was no sign of Michael himself. His car was later found parked in the Hetch Hetchy parking area, adding another layer of mystery to his disappearance. Despite extensive searches by land and air, including the deployment of scent dogs, no further trace of Michael was ever found. The absence of clues has led his family to fear the worst, that Michael might have encountered foul play or suffered an injury off the beaten path, leaving him unable to seek help. In the years following his disappearance, Michael's sister has become a fervent advocate for hiker safety. She dedicates her time to educating hikers about the risks of solo trekking and the critical importance of being adequately prepared for every hike. She also volunteers to assemble hiking backpacks, ensuring that they are equipped with essential supplies suitable for various terrains and weather conditions, a tribute to her brother's legacy. Michael Fiser is described as a white male with gray hair and green eyes. He stands between 5'8" and 5'10" and weighs between 150 to 165 pounds. At the time of his disappearance, he was last seen wearing a faded blue or gray t-shirt with the sleeves ripped off, olive green or khaki-colored shorts, and a torn pink or red scarf. Notably, he was not carrying adequate supplies for an extended hike, and he also had a beard and mustache. This story resonates deeply with those who share a passion for the wilderness and the mysteries that it holds. Anyone with information about Michael's disappearance is encouraged to contact Yosemite Park officials. In the winter of 2018, Konstantinos Danny Philipus, a 49-year-old firefighter from Toronto, embarked on what was supposed to be a routine annual ski trip with fellow off-duty and retired firefighters. Their destination was Whiteface Mountain in Wilmington, New York, a popular ski resort known for its challenging trails and picturesque views of the Adirondack Mountains. Philipus, an intermediate skier, was among a group of 9 who looked forward to enjoying the slopes. On February 7th, their last day at the resort, the group planned to wrap up their trip and head home. However, Philipus, feeling enthusiastic, decided to take one final solo run down the mountain in the afternoon. His friends, tired from the day's activities, chose to wait for him at the lodge, located midway down the mountain. As Philipus ventured out, a severe snowstorm began, significantly reducing visibility and transforming the skiing conditions. When Philipus did not return by 4 p.m., the ski lift ceased operation. His friends grew increasingly worried. After waiting an additional 30 minutes, they reported him missing. The discovery that Philipus's personal belongings, including his car, passport, phone, and ID, were left untouched at their accommodations. This intensified concerns for his safety. A massive search operation was launched involving forest rangers, ski patrol, New York State Police, Homeland Security officers, U.S. border officials, and over 100 Toronto firefighters who traveled to assist in the search. Despite the use of helicopters, drones, and sniffer dogs, Philipus remained missing as weather conditions worsened. 6 days later, in a stunning turn of events, Philipus was found over 4,500 kilometers away at the Sacramento airport in California. He was in a disoriented state, still wearing his ski clothes, including his green ski jacket, black helmet, and goggles, and also carrying his ski helmet. He had a new iPhone, a credit card, $1,000 in cash, and had recently gotten a haircut. Philipus had no clear memory of how he traveled from New York to California. He vaguely recalled riding in the back of a big rig truck and sleeping a lot during the journey. He was unable to recall purchasing the new phone or how he ended up at the airport. After being located, Philipus was questioned by law enforcement, but showed no signs of drug or alcohol influence. He speculated that he might have suffered a head injury, leading to his confused state. He was taken to a hospital, but was discharged without any sign of physical injuries. The circumstances of his disappearance and journey to California remain largely unexplained. Philipus himself later suggested that he might have taken a wrong turn after separating from his friends, leading to a fall near a children's ski slope. He believed he had hailed a truck for a ride back to town, but could not provide details about the driver or the truck. Philipus' experience raised several medical theories. Dr. Charles Tater, a brain surgeon, suggested that Philipus might have suffered from retrograde amnesia due to a concussion. Dr. Jennifer Ryan proposed that he might have experienced a dissociative state, a rare condition triggered by trauma or emotional disturbance, leading to a temporary loss of personal identity and impulsive wandering. Despite extensive investigations and medical consultations, the full story of Philipus' disappearance and journey remains shrouded in mystery. His memory loss and the lack of clear evidence have left many questions unanswered. The incident continues to intrigue and baffle experts and the public alike, with the true nature of what happened to Philipus during those 6 days in February of 2018 remaining a profound mystery. Thank you for watching until the end of this video, and if you've enjoyed this content, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new and upcoming content.